They're off in the turf sprint.
Welcome to the Racing News preview of the 2021 Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. I'm your host, Curtis Kalleward, aka Magic, and joining me now to preview this race is my co-host of the Magic Mike Show, Mr. Mike Somich. Mike, the morning line favorite is Golden Pal at 7-2, but he's 3 years old. He's got a lot of speed. There's a lot of speed facing him. It is a turf sprint after all. So my question for you, first off, is this good chalk or bad chalk?
This is bad chalk, man. Look, I'm against Golden Pal in this spot. I was against Golden Pal last time. That came back to bite me a little bit, but this field is much, much, much tougher. You mentioned the speed. I mean, they're going to go fast. I'm talking like 21 and change, 43 and change, flying out front. You'd think that turf speed is pretty good. In this race, speed has not been good. Only 4 of the past 13 winners have been on the lead early, so you got to kind of stay away from there. And if you want to have another knock on Golden Pal, only 1 of those 13 winners was 3 years old. So right away, you've got 2 major knocks against what Golden Pal wants to do. And I'm not even sure if Golden Pal is the fastest horse, which makes it even tougher. You've got Lieutenant Dan, who's got a ton of speed, wants to be out there early. And you've just got speed up and down this field. That's going to make it really hard for Golden Pal to get loose or get comfortable. In his last couple races, you've seen those break quarters, the times where he's able to kind of just get a breather, settle down, and then kick into the lane. There will be no settling in this race. There will be no breather. This is sprint for 5 furlongs as fast as you can. I have a feeling that last half furlong is going to be awfully tough on all of the horses in front, not just Golden Pal.
Well, it'll be interesting. We'll get to your picks in a second here. But a horse that possibly could be your top pick is the defending champion, a European invader named Glass Slippers, who came over last year, ended the trend of Americans usually dominating this race. She returns to hopefully do it again here. She brought a stablemate. There are 3 total Europeans entered among the 12 in this race. Do the Europeans have a better than 25% chance of winning this race?
God, before I looked at the past performances, I was a hard no. Because, you assume Glass Slippers, that's probably going to be the best European coming in. She won this race. She was able to win this race last year in a total pace collapse. I mean, we mentioned how speed generally not that great. She came from 10th. They went 21-3, 43-1, absolutely flying out front. She came flying down the lane, was able to pick up the pieces. She's the one horse I don't like from Europe, from a turf prince perspective. I think the other 2 have a legit shot. They're both going to end up in my top 4. Let's start with the 2 horse, Emiratiana, who's going to make my top 4 here. He has just gotten better and better with every sequential start this year. You've seen the time form numbers improve. You've seen him just look better on the racetrack. Coming out of a grade 1 win in the Betfair Sprint Cup. Horse is now 2 for 8 for this year, but loves this 5 furlong distance, which is going to be something you're going to hear me harp on. Because turf sprints are at 5, 5.5, and 6 furlongs, you have horses that prefer different distances, and that's going to be key when I get to my top pick here. Emiratiana done nothing wrong, coming in absolutely hot for the European side. I expect to get a really good trip because he is able to show some tactical speed, which is something that in general you've seen these European turf sprinters struggle at. In the past, you've seen them all coming from way out of it. Now we've got a couple horses that want to be a little bit closer, and that includes the 6 horse, A Case of You, who's been sitting mid-pack in these high-end turf sprints overseas. A Case of You is a 3-year-old, so that's one of the concerns I have and a reason why I'm not going to put A Case of You on top. But he's also been getting better consistently. He's run this distance twice. He's got 1 win and 1 second, and that last race was absolutely monumental. I mean, huge run in the grade 1. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, but the Longines grade 1 turf sprint over at Longchamp. Additionally, you look 2 back, runs on a good surface, and that's going to be one of these keys, is what Europeans are able to handle the firm surface at Del Mar. A Case of You, I don't have that concern. I think both the 2 and the 6 are live Euros in this race.
Well, you've already mentioned who 2 of your top 4 picks are, Mike. Now is the time. Lock it in. Who is your top pick in this race? And then also give the fans a long shot that you like if your top pick isn't a big price.
Well, I mean, my top pick is 12-1. So
we'll count it.
My top pick is your long shot if you want to, too. I'm going to go to an American here. I'm going to go out to the 11 posts, and Fast Boat is my top pick here. Fast Boat at this distance runs 16 times. 7 of those are wins, including a top 104 buyer. I think Fast Boat absolutely trips out in this spot. I mean, this is one of those horses where you have that tactical speed, can sit mid-pack, able to pounce. The horse has absolutely loved this 5 furlong distance. Tyler Gaffalione picks up the mount. Horses have consistently improved and is able to just pop that one big race right when you need it. I think Fast Boat is coming in here well. Look, the last race, not great at Kentucky Downs, but not every horse loves Kentucky Downs. I'm willing to give a pass there. You go back to the race at Saratoga. You go back to his race at Churchill. Both of those are good enough to get the job done here. I think Fast Boat at 12-1 is an awfully good price.
Thanks so much for joining Mike and I to preview the Breeders' Cup Turf Sprint. For previews of all 14 World Championship races, head over to racingdudes.com. Before you go, be sure to smash the like on this video, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell. You never want to miss a show.